Hello there folks and welcome back to another video. In this one we had a little bit of a update on what's coming for the Sylvaneth in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. The new Battletome for the new edition, 4th edition, is going to be led by a new miniature in the form of the Grove Guardian, which you can see here in the image before you. So let's dive into a little bit of the description about her and sort of what she does. So, these motherly murderesses are charged with nurturing the fallen Lamentiri seeds that grow into new Sylvaneth. And if they're not also the season's most stylish way to grind pox wretches into paste, we don't know what is. After all, today is all about sharing love. This came out on Valentine's Day. With those important to you, and Grove Guardians can't wait to share how much they love dicing Nurgle's detritus up with their very important Grove sickles. All jokes aside, this incredible miniature is packed with evocative details from top to bottom. The Grove Guardian can be seen watering delicate flowers on their jagged branches, while a newly formed Sylvaneth slumbers away in a pod, and small critters climb all over the aged wood. The Grove Guardian will be coming to a war grove near you alongside a new Battletome, Sylvaneth, packed with all the usual goodies, from extensive background lore covering the Sylvaneth and their recent conflicts, to updated war scrolls for all 25 entries in their army list. So, going back to this miniature, it is another glorious one, I think, for the Sylvaneth. They've had some really fantastic miniatures over the last little while. Belthanos was absolutely brilliant. Really cool take on the Kurnothi hunters, the big wood-based creatures. I suppose you could say that that was their theming and sort of breaking up the force into a couple of different ways. I suppose they already have 3 different ways to build an army. You can kind of go the Kurnothi route with the Kurnothi hunters and the Tree Lords. You can go the elf, in inverted commas, route and have lots of the spirit warriors. Or you can go sort of dryad based with Hammerdreth, Dryker Hammerdreth and stuff like that. That'd be kind of interesting, I suppose. But this introduces a new character into the mix. I would assume we're going to be seeing some kind of healing based stuff going on with these. Something restorative, some way to boost Sylvaneth units on the tabletop, maybe ways to bring them back. That could be quite interesting as well. I assume she's also not a pushover when it comes to combat too, so I'm sure we're going to be seeing her dropping into the fighting fairly soon as well. Gorgeous miniature to paint. I think you'd have a really nice time with this, as I think you would if you were painting any of the Sylvaneth range. Inherently they are an easy range to paint, but then beyond that they have the ability to really, for you to dive in and have some fun with all sorts of strange colours, because obviously trees come in all sorts of, and plants. Trees and plants all come in very different styles and feels. So, yeah, very cool indeed. A couple of different options, as you can see. So you're going to have her with like a twin blade coming out of her hand there. Or you're going to have her with the sickle, which is very in keeping with the druidic nature of the Sylvaneth. I also really like that you have the Grove Guardian growing out of another tree, as if they've sort of they've warped between the different trees in their glade, and this is the one that they've come out of now, but they could easily just disappear and appear somewhere else. Really like that kind of transition between the two styles of wood into her body, as you can see there, and then she has a different mask and all that kind of thing too, which is really nice. Very cool. The flowers look lovely as well. As you can see, they're being watered with the spirit, which then grows into what you see here, which is kind of awesome. Maybe this will end up being the blueprint for what they do with sort of dryad style characters going forward. We'll have to wait to see whether or not any of this stuff eventually moves back over to the old world as well again. But currently, very, very nice indeed. Love the Grove Guardian, of course. Alongside that, we also have a couple of additional releases. So we'll come back to the Battletome in a minute. So one of the big ones is the new Battleforce, which would be good for those who don't want to do that much painting and get all of your stuff done, because it is 9 miniatures in total, and a fairly sizable chunk of miniatures as well. You're looking at 1,200, just over 1,000 points, I think, maybe for this. I mean, he's like 320, they're 200-ish, and they're around the no, I think they're a bit more than that. I think they're near 300, actually, and they're like 200 points each. Ish for them. I think it's 200 each. And then 190 for the ones with the size. But yeah. So yes, you get a Spirit of Durthu, and also the Tree Lord or the Tree Lord Ancients in that set as well, which is quite nice, alongside 6th Kurnoth Hunters, who can be given the Great Swords, the Great Bows, or the Great Scythes, which is this one here. As you can see, some of the different build options and things for you to go in for that one, which is very nice indeed. So good to see that popping up. The Strong Root Grove, a good starting point for someone. On top of that, we also have a new Spearhead force. So this one is another themed set, the Spiked Wing Flight. So I think this is this one here. You can see a little bit closer. Very nice indeed. All winged stuff with the sort of spectral elven fey warriors on the backs, which is quite nice. So this will give you 12 elite fighters. You get the Arch Revenant, 3 Revenant Seekers, 3 Spite Rider Lancers, and 5 of the Gossamed Archers. Again, really fun to paint, really cool to play around with. Very fast and very nimble. Going to be something that you'll probably end up adding into a larger force anyway. So a good starting point for those people who are diving in to the Sylvaneth range. And then finally, there is also the Regiment of Renown for the Twisted Branch, which goes back to Warcry, because this is another one of the Warcry warbands that came out a couple of box sets ago. This shows the slightly more corrupted elements of the Sylvaneth. What happens when darkness and rot infests a grove and starts to take over the minds of the Sylvaneth spirits that dwell there. That's what you get with this Twisted Branch. So this is going to come with a Branch Witch herself, so you can see her in the centre there, who's backed up by the 8 members of the Twistweld and the Swarm Sage. So a great use for the Warcry warband. If you're not playing with it at the moment and you want to get it stuck into some games, maybe add it in alongside some of your other Order armies, because Regiments of Renown, obviously, they don't work for the faction that you are buying, so these don't work for Sylvaneth, but there will be a great option for you to throw in alongside some of the other Order armies. We'll have to see their rules in more detail when the Battletome comes out. Obviously, I will be covering that when it does, and going through it and telling everybody what it's all about. So yes, very nice indeed. So yeah, some very cool stuff there when it comes to what's coming for the Sylvaneth. Really liking the look of the new miniature, the Grove Guardian. That's a really nice addition to the collection, I think, and it'll be really fun for people to paint, and it'll be fascinating to see what their rules are. I was a little dismayed that we didn't get to see any more Kurnothi stuff. I was really hoping that was going to be the case, and we were going to end up seeing some really nice Kurnothi stuff to give them a distinctly different set of models that would sit alongside what you've got for the the standard Sylvaneth collection. It would have been nice to see that actually fleshed out as an army, a little bit like what we've seen with Gloomspite Gits, where they got the Wolf Riders and things like that. But maybe that's something that they're going to be doing next edition. That's a real shame, I suppose, but yeah, that's going to be next year, maybe at this point. I'll have to wait and see. But always nice to see more Sylvaneth stuff. I like the artwork on the front cover as well. Definitely worth diving into that and having a look at it. Much like with the Fire Slayers, I'd say. And a bunch of other armies, actually, that are sort of more fringe. I think Sylvaneth, Fire Slayers, and that kind of thing. If you're looking for an army that's not complicated in terms of what to pick to buy, I think they're pretty good, because you don't actually have that much choice in the grand scheme of things. You have enough choice, especially with the Sylvaneth, you have enough choice, more than the Fire Slayers anyway, to actually do something a little bit different and quirky, and you can take your army in different ways. But they're not really a force that is overly taxing, and also just really fun to paint for a newcomer. I don't think you could get it wrong if you were picking up Sylvaneth for the first time, maybe for this edition and this new box set. So yeah, really great stuff there. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Always like hearing what you have to say and what you're getting up to. What do you think of the new stuff for the Sylvaneth? Do you like the Grove Warden? do you want to see Grave Guardians? Sorry, would you like to see more from them? Would you like to see the Kurnothi popping up? What do you think is going to change between their sort of faction pack and their full Battletome? Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I just love having a conversation with you folks in the comments. That's what gets me diving back into the channel, hearing what you have to say and all your comments and things like that. There is a forum link if you want to go and check out a forum, if you want to share some of your hobby. I also have memberships on the channel where I do behind the scenes vlogs. I'd like to give a shout out to the first member as of shooting this video. So thank you very much to Mini Mamentalis, who joined this week and started the ball rolling. Thank you very, very much. It's all very welcome. As I said, dive into the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you too have a passion for nature? Drop your thoughts below, and yeah, we'll get stuck into the discussion and see where it goes. Thank you very much. I'm going to dive in and get stuck into some more videos. Drop your thoughts on the Sylvaneth down below, and I'm going to stop waffling. Bye for now.